Greetings. This is General CJG here, coming to you with a reaction live stream. And we'll pretty much be reacting to the latest Tales of the Empire official trailer. Yes, that is his name. Yeah. And with me here, I got.
Jedi Knight Luke, hope you're all good, everyone. And boy, oh boy, I can already feel my gut reaction on this one.
Yep, same here. So, without further ado, shall we do the reaction look?
Let's get on with this.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Why do you seek imperial favor?
Years ago, my people were all but destroyed. My anger gives me
Clearly
strength.
using the TCW
It
art
is that
style.
strength I offer the Empire.
Night Sisters.
Offer accepted.
Is it supposed to be like a
I'm here to present you with an
prequel to
opportunity, Barris.
Rebels? Oh.
Just be glad you're not a Jedi.
Oh.
Your path is set on Elspeth. I will fulfill my destiny.
Oh, of course it's.
Mercy only breeds defeat. But I will help you overcome this weakness.
So she's.
Attack!
Oh,
You
with
said the
blood.
Empire would help to change things.
Everything comes at a cost. My world has been burning
Huh, Grievous.
since I was a child.
Why did he
You
look
cannot
different?
stop what has begun.
Now you must face one final test. To join us. It is time you meet your new master.
Oh, is that new master who I think it is?
Ugh. Why?
Yes, it is.
Long live the Empire.
Wow. Tales of the Jedi? No. It's Tales of the Empire. Oh, so, what do you think, Luke?
To quote the Emperor from Battlefront 2, I am here, and I am not amused. At all.
You wanna explain a bit why?
Well, first and foremost, it's been, what are we looking at now, 11 years since TCW wrapped up its 5th season, and
Yep.
and of course, the question of Barris's future is something that fans have been wondering about for years, and now that TCW has long since concluded and Bad Batch is close to finishing, like, it's going to wrap up Bad Batch Season 3, just to give people a reference point. That's going to be wrapping up on May 1st, and literally 3 days after, they're going to launch this. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yep. I guess. What is the wait worth it?
well, given that we've had TCW wrapped up, and given that Rebels wrapped up before that, I can't help but look at this similarly to how I did Tales of the Jedi and think, did we really need this?
Why do I have a feeling they're doing this not only to excluding Barry Sophie, they're also doing it so they can tie it into, of course, Mandalorian, because you saw there were some characters from Mandalorian there, and also tied to the Soka show. Thrawn is here, and so on and so forth. And Barry Sophie being here, let's. I do you. Why do you think they took so long to just finally address what happened to her after the Clone Wars?
To be fair, in the earlier stages of this, TCW was cancelled before it should have been, and then when season 6 got released on Netflix, that's as far as they thought they were ever going to get. And then, of course, whether it be willingly or begrudgingly, the team moved on to do Rebels. Then TCW got revived for its 7th season. So I'm not going to deny that there have been things in the way of this being wrapped up or of this being continued, but it's been so long now that I can't help but look at this the same way that I did its previous season, Tales of the Jedi, and I just think, why have us wait this long and only tie this up now? If Barriss had been featured in Rebels, which many people theorized she would have been way back when, that I think would have made a lot more sense than have us wait, another 9 years or so to only be getting this now. How do you feel about this, General?
They took forever to answer one of the biggest questions that TCW has been lingering. Wait, didn't they do that same thing with? Didn't they also took forever to answer what happened to the Scylla Beast?
Yes, that it was only as of Bad Batch season 2 that we finally got a continuation of the Zilla Beast subplot.
And that came out when?
What, Bad Batch season 2 Metamorphosis?
Yeah. Yep.
2023. like we're looking at March, or there about February, March time.
Oh, good lord! Oh wait, that's your quote. Good, my God! Like they took for what else? What else is left to answer from TCW at this point?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff, but even then, we still can't help but look at this and think, why now?
They took forever, or maybe they just have no new creative ideas, and they have to now pretty much go back to previous plot points that were left unanswered. That would be one of my guesses, if you ask me.
Again, if this was answered sooner, would be a lot more interested. But at this point, it's been 11 years, as I say. Like, why? And also, why are you retconning them to an extent? Why are you retconning the massacre of Dathomir by saying that there was a surviving Night Sister?
Oh yeah, there wasn't. I mean, I know that Marin was. I know that Marin in Fallen Order, so that's probably why.
I know, but another one? Like, come on.
I mean, it's no secret that Filoni has been pretty much retconning and contradicting his previous work, even post George Lucas left Lucasfilm. So I think this is just part of the course at this point with Disney Star Wars. And granted, Filoni is not the only one; others do it too. But yeah, it's just part of the course when it comes to Disney Star Wars doing this. So yeah, shall we go bit by bit with this trailer look, scene by scene?
Okay, let's try and do this as quickly as we can.
So okay,
so Star Destroyer shot at the very beginning.
Looks cool.
Then we've got the surviving Night Sister with Thrawn, Lucasfilm logo. Okay, first Massacre of Dathomir part here, which there was nothing from the original Massacre of Dathomir as seen in TCW season 4 that looked anything like this. So obviously they
retconned it.
Anyway,
I wish Henson was here. He would probably be pissed about this.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, going forward,
we see we see by the way, the character from Mandalorian that likes to use the Beskar staff is Morgan Elsbeth. It's apparently a magistrate. So
right?
just keeping that in mind. And yeah, then she later gets those tattoos. And yeah, then we're still seeing the massacre of Dathomir, I believe. Yeah, that has to be Dathomir. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a night. Who are those that are alongside the Night Sister? The Night Sister is the one with the red tunic,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Who are the other two?
No idea. Honestly, no idea at all.
I've never seen them in TCW or any other source depicting TCW's Dathomir. So,
And then we got shot on the ground. Yep.
Yep, she is burial there, and then she, of course, joins the Empire. And look, there's Grand Admiral Thrawn.
As if we needed more of him at this point.
You know, the reason why it worked so well in the Spanish universe is because his appearance was only in 3 books, An Outbound Flight, and 1 or 2 short stories, and that was it. It's like we didn't see more of him.
Yeah, I mean, we at this point we've had Rebels, we've had Mando. There's going to be this, and I think we've had 2 different trilogies worth of Thrawn books in the new canon.
Yep.
Come on.
Don't forget also the Ahsoka TV show.
Oh, of course. Yeah, which is pretty much a continuation of Rebels. How on earth I forgot about that is beyond me. Yeah, we don't need more of Thrawn at this point, please.
You know, at this point, he's starting to be overused to know. And I mean, yeah, he's one of the most popular EU characters, but come on.
He's not too far behind Ahsoka in terms of how saturated he is at this stage.
Isn't Ahsoka the most oversaturated TCW character?
Probably, but at this stage, Thrawn is getting up there.
That's the only other one would be, well, Grogu, I guess. Baby Yoda.
Move along. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On May 4th. Oh wow, it's actually coming in 1 month. Okay. That's gonna be something. We see. I actually don't know what planets are those. Do you remember them or know them?
I am not sure. It kind of looks like, because it's a light blue, it looks a little bit like Camino from here, but I doubt that's where they're going.
No, it can't be Camino because look, there's a humongous gas giant. So who knows on that? It could, isn't it that Imperial prison water planet from Fallen Order? Could be that.
Oh no, maybe.
Yeah, because the next scene we see clone troopers pretty much
troopers, actually.
Yeah, pretty much, opening the cell of an Imperial prison. So that's why I'm wondering. And there's yes, Varys Ophi.
Yep, the titular character whose future us TCW fans have waited 11 years to see, and this is now they're doing this.
By the way, in the Spanish universe, in the TCW, we still have no idea what happened to her post that. So, yeah, supposedly her canonical death is still she died by Felucia, but that's a different kind of worms. So yeah, and they of course remove her shackles, and they have her being ready to become a dark acolyte or dark Jedi or one of the Inquisitors actually. So yeah, what do you think of that, Luke?
It's difficult for me to care because of how long we've waited. Did I mention that? I'll probably continue to mention that, to be honest.
Wait, who are those clone troopers that look like in black? Do you see them?
They might be some of the special troopers that we've seen in Bad Batch, or at least of that type.
Really?
Yeah, Crosshair, way back in the first season of Bad Batch, was given his own unit to lead, and they wore that type of armor, at least from what I can tell. So,
Interesting. I know the EU has the Shadow Stormtroopers, but those were actually they actually were exclusive to some stories, like the Crimson Empire and Look in the Shadows of Mindor. So they had those, but I don't know if Disney Star Wars has their own version of them. Don't think so, or maybe it's a different type. So yeah. Then we see the Night Sister also seems to be
Yeah.
training to become an Inquisitor. So yeah, good to see. And of course, we see more of the destruction of Dathomir. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then one path, and then of course, yes, the Grand Inquisitor, who should have died in the Kenobi show.
Well, actually, no, because Rebels takes place after the Kenobi series.
I say that because he shrugged off the lightsaber stab directly in his chest.
But it would have been stupid to completely invalidate Rebels. And granted, it was stupid the loophole that they've used since to justify it, saying that he has two hearts. But that's a whole other can of worms. Next.
Well, it didn't work when trying to explain how Reva came back, but so there's that. And then, of course, we see the Grand Inquisitor now going to train Barris to becoming an acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know why he gives her a green lightsaber. You'd think it would be red, but no idea.
They're more than likely trophy sabers taken from Jedi.
Very possible, yeah. And then we see that she starts attacking him, and yeah, he easily overpowers her with the Force. So
kind of like Vader and Reva, if you remember that moment from Kenobi.
Yeah. Oh, she actually got some blood out. Wait, is this the first Star Wars animated show that we're actually going to see blood?
We've had scarring before,
but no blood.
Fresh blood, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, because you see, yeah, definitely bleeding. Ooh, so now Disney is finally easing off on the age restrictions.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. Then we see, what place is this? Do you recognize it?
It could be. Could it be the lower? Could it be the lower levels of Coruscant? Maybe.
No, I think I know where it is. No, it's the planet Caladan where the magistrate Morgan is. You know, the one from Mandalorian.
Right.
Yeah, because the next scene we actually see her sanctuary there, as you can see. Yeah, and her, of course, using that freaking Beskar spear. Yeah, those I have no idea who they are. So if you know, you could tell me.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. We do know that they definitely want her dead because they start shooting at her. Oh wait! Oh no way! Oh, guess what? Look, I just realized.
What?
The Night Sister that they took alive, you know, in this show, it's the magistrate Morgan Elsbeth. Yes, the one with the Beskar spear. Turns out she's a Night Sister.
What, the one who Ahsoka fights in Mando Season 2?
Yep, her. Look.
Oh. Crikey.
Oh, I didn't realize it till now. So, yeah, now she's a Night Sister. Whoopee. Because they introduced this character in Mandalorian, and they said, let's put a backstory where she survives the destruction of Dathomir, or should I say, the Battle of Dathomir.
Oh.
I mean, okay, when you saw those episodes, look in TCW, what did you see any signs of any Night Sister surviving? Any aside from Ventress?
No. And now that massacre has been retconned twice. First with Merrin, which I can kind of forgive because at least Merrin's a good character. And now we have
She also was an infant, I believe. I don't think she was actually like an adult something, so she could not have
No.
been fighting.
She was a child.
Then makes perfect sense for her to not be doing the battle, so she could have easily and got away. But Morgan, she was in the middle of the fight as we saw in the trailer. So how the hell? So how the hell is she like survive? Like explain to me that look.
Well, screw if I know.
Oh my god. Yeah, because she was in the middle of the fight as we can see. Yeah. Yeah, she was in the middle of the freaking battle. Yep, she was right there as you can see. So how the hell did she survive? Who the fuck knows? Let's let some external media explain it with freaking books and comics. Because that's gonna be fun.
If they even will. I mean, bear in mind we're talking about the same canon that still hasn't given us the concrete answer to how Maz got the Skywalker lightsaber.
Oh yeah, but wait in the Mandalorian, Morgan looked a bit older. So is it that now? So now now somehow she got incomplete. I mean, maybe it's just animation. Who knows? No idea. Oh, speaking of retconning, look at this.
Yeah, Grievous with yeah. I'm gonna rant on this just a little bit. Do you notice something that Grievous has on his back, General?
Yep, his cloak.
Which he did not have originally when you watched the Massacre of Dathomir in TCW. Why have they put it on him here?
For as much as as me and others don't like DCW's handling of continuity for several reasons. I mean, at least we could respect him in Disney Star Wars because he was, he ended up being the backbone of a good chunk of its, timeline. Except that now that backbone is like, let's erase this little bit and just write over it. Just make something a bit different now, new.
I know what people are going to say. Oh, he's complaining about Grievous having his cape on. I'm sorry, but these little things matter to me. Grievous did not have his cape in the TCW episode Massacre. He didn't wear it, so it shouldn't be on him here.
And also, is it me or does Grievous actually look different compared to his TCW look? Take a look at that.
It's because they must have polished up what would have been his TCW season 7 character model. So I think that's the model of him they're using instead of his old TCW model.
I mean, I guess so.
And as you can see, there is a bit more of an effort to try and make him look more realistic.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah, I did notice that he did look closer to what he does in the movies.
Yeah,
so
which obviously doesn't fit the TCW aesthetic or his look at this point. But again, all of a can of worms.
Yeah, anger, and then okay, I gotta ask. When did a Night Sister actually confront Grievous like this? Look.
Well, if we're not counting Ventress, then no one.
By the way, those sights the Night Sister is using, they're enchanted function to be able to block and deflect lightsabers. So, did that happen in TCW?
I can't recall off the. Well, Mother Talzin does forge her own blade and engage in a lock with Mace Windu, but Enchanted Scythe's doing that. Am I right in guessing that that's a byproduct of the TCW Night Sister magics and that the EU doesn't have that?
You would be very correct, look, because now granted in the expanded universe before there have been there have been like you know if you remember the Sith and the Sith before they amplified their melee weapons with the Force or something, so somehow make them resistant to lights to lightsabers and such to some extent. So that's in a way, but this does not look like that. This literally looks like freaking like Nicer Magics at play. So yeah, and not to mention not to mention, we did not see that any other Night Sisters put a tremendous fight against Grievous himself. Only Ventress, as far as I know. Most of the Night Sisters weren't they just fodder for Grievous to just kill easily?
Yeah, I know.
So I guess they're really retconning the Battle of Dathomir look. So that there's that. Yep, hate. Let's see. And yeah, now. Oh yeah, more droids. Night Sister with the spinning blade. Do you know who that Night Sister is? Look, I think she appears in I think she probably appears in Fallen Order, I think, or
I-
Rebels.
It might be one of the Inquisitors from the Kenobi series.
Or yeah, it could be. Yeah, do you recognize her?
Maybe it might be the fourth sister or something.
Okay. Then suffering, they're fighting. Wait, that's wait, that battle? Oh well, we know it's Tales in the Empire, so it has to be several like different battles, so it can't just be one. Oh, somebody's doing a Force Repulse. Look, Force Unleashed style. What do you think of that one?
We'll have to wait and see, I think.
I thought people hated the Force powers were, they looked overpowered in the Force Unleashed. So now they're pulling a Force Unleashed Force Repulse style attack here. Well, okay, sure, Disney, go ahead and do it. And then we see the Grand Inquisitor putting to the test Barrys, and I don't know who that other person is. And of course, they're gonna fight. And from there, I think we know who's gonna win. Barris. It'd be stupid that they kill her in this test.
No, the one on the right is yours. It's always yours.
So yeah, yeah, indeed, and yeah, that's it. And of course, look, Darth Vader himself has to show up because, yeah, just as strong. We just can't get enough of him. Look.
Seems so.
Oh my god! Why does he have to be the? He's like the most overutilized Star Wars character ever. Like I know he has been before, but now is like so much more prevalent. Like damn.
Well, they can't let the character model they created for TCW season 7 go to waste now, can they?
Yeah. Or Tales of the Empire. By the way, for those that don't know, yes, there is an actual EU source called Tales from the Empire. Yeah, one word's different, but same meaning. And yes, they are indeed short stories based at the time during the Galactic Civil War about the Empire. So yeah, they definitely did copy that one. So yeah, original shorts available May 4th. Yeah, well, using the word original with that title doesn't. Yeah. So indeed. So look, what do you think of this one?
Honestly, it just makes me roll my eyes. Like, I'm like, on the one hand, it's nice that they're thinking about tying up TCW's loose ends, but at the same time, a part of me doesn't care because we've waited 11 years for this, and it's now that we're getting it. And of course, further retconning the massacre of Dathomir. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Throwing Thrawn in our faces more, really. throwing Vader in our faces more.
Yeah, it's starting to get tiresome. Okay, yes, Darth Vader is the most iconic. Yes, I know there's people that will go Darth Vader. Yes, he's the coolest. But come on, seriously, he's been done to death so many times. And yes, this is in the Empire. This is in the Empire era. Which now I think about it, aren't we getting a bit too much Galactic Civil War era this stuff here in Disney Star Wars? Like, don't you
This
think it's getting a bit saturated?
it's been at that point for years.
And now,
Well, you're just heaping more and more onto an already oversaturated era. You know, it's getting beyond a joke. I mean, you think the amount of Clone Wars era material is bad. Well, the amount of bridge material between the Clone Wars and the original. Well, yeah, the bridge period between episodes 3 and 4, so the Dark Times. There is a
yeah.
ridiculous amount of content from that period now, especially from the new canon.
Yeah, it is. I mean, people already dislike the Hispanic universe had a lot of stories during the Galactic Civil War era, basically between zero ABY to 4 ABY. But hey, at least those were short. Well, not short stories, but at least they were just the comics and some books. So at least there was that, and Marvel Star Wars. So Marvel Star Wars, I can give it the benefit because it happened in the 70s and early 80s. And yes, later on we did get more. But you know what? At least there was that. And George Lucas did wanted to expand more, with the Clone Wars later on, and of course the Old Republic at one point. Yes, even with SWTOR. So yeah, I mean, at least they had plenty of unique stuff. Now Disney is like they're just trying to do, because yeah, I know they have the High Republic, but it's only been books and comics. No actual TV shows or anything, or even set post Mandalorian era. Like they seem to be really afraid of wanting to do the sequel trilogy era. Like they really don't want to touch that shit. Yes, they're trying to put band-aids into other shows, Mandalorian, Bad Batch, Ahsoka. Like, yeah, they're trying to put band-aids to explain that convoluted disaster of a trilogy, but at the same time, it's like you have this entire era that you're not doing anything with other than a few comics and books. It's like, and now they're doing just from the Dark Times, Galactic Civil War, and post Return of the Jedi, but only from 5 ABY to like 10 ABY at most. It's like they don't seem to want to veer away from the Galactic Civil War era at all. They really just want to do any sort of iconography with that shit. Like how, and I think it's got. And I think the Acolyte show, if I recall, is also trying to be part of the same.
Yeah, I'll tell you an era that we do need more fleshing out on, mainly because
Mhm.
we need to realize how much, like, we need to see how it turned into such a disaster. Well,
Mhm.
okay, one part of it specifically. I would much rather get another bridge production that takes place between episodes 6 and 7 over this.
Yeah.
Specifically, one that centers on a certain somebody's should have been new Jedi Order.
Oh, Luke Skywalker, or some would call him Jake Alien Milker, because that's literally what he is now. But yeah, Luke Skywalker. We really should have. Yeah, we've only seen him in Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, which Book of Boba Fett only doubled down on him becoming that disheveled piece of shit old coward. So yeah, we do need more. We still don't have enough. So yeah, we should have seen more from Luke. We also should have seen more from Leia and Han, because now I think about it, we actually don't even see what the hell Han and Leia have been doing in between Mandalorian and The Force Awakens, or should I say Resistance, whatever the hell those books are. Bloodlines, I think it was one of them.
Bloodline, yeah.
So yeah, we do need to see what the hell the OT trio has been doing between Mandalorian and Bloodline, but now we don't get that shit. So yeah. Oh, by the way, Acolyte is actually set before the Clone Wars. Actually, it's actually set during the High Republic era. So my mistake is not centered on the Galactic Civil War era. So just clarifying that.
I kid you not. Well, our shameless plug, our SOSW colleague, Mr. Django Fett, has actually released a video declaring that he is mostly done with Disney Star Wars, and the Acolyte trailer was the final straw for him.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't Tales of the Empire, considering how much they're ripping off the title from an EU book and its concept.
True, but this is a TCW tie-in product, which is something that he swore off long ago. So
I know that, but still, I mean, yeah, it's a TCW tie-in that's ripping off a title from an EU book and its concept, and it's also it also ties it to Mandalorian, not just TCW. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think at this stage it's time to rip this a new one, General. Why do Lucasfilm feel the need to keep inserting new material into the Galactic Civil War era?
I know it's because it's the most popular era of all Star Wars and the most beloved, and also because they love literally milking the shit out of Darth Vader.
Well, actually, this isn't even Galactic Civil War, really. This is Dark Times.
And it is Dark Times, yeah, but it does have plenty of iconography from the original trilogy: Darth Vader, the Inquisitors, the Magistrate. Well, that's more Mandalorian, but still, Thrawn. So that's why I say it's it's set during the Dark Times, but it's so obviously trying to bring those OT nostalgia fanboys. Those that will go with, oh yes, Darth Vader, yes, my Lord and Savior, I love him. Those guys, and also those that liked Rebels, especially the Inquisitors. So yeah,
Rebels wasn't, all things considered, it wasn't bad to start with, but then season 2 was a major disappointment because it didn't feature enough of the characters who were very much hyped up going into that season.
Does that also include Darth Vader?
Vader and Ahsoka, because if you remember, it was the big return for Ahsoka following TCW season 5.
She was barely there.
Yeah, same thing with Vader. And granted, the duel that we got between them on Malachor, I know. The duel that we got between them on Malachor was great, but it wasn't built up anywhere near enough because they weren't featured enough in that season. And then Ahsoka's fate was left in the dark for about 2 years, and after season 2, Vader was written out of the show entirely.
Which is surprising considering the era that show is set on.
I know, and but now, ever since, would you say Vader Immortal was the launch pad of Vader being made front and center again?
Possibly, but he's always been somebody that Disney wanted to milk to no end. It's always been that. I mean, just look at what they do with the fucking Black Series figures. Yeah, no. Darth Vader has always been the most milked and the most overused Star Wars character ever since his appearance in Episode 4. It's always been that one character that you always get anything out of him for selling, whether it's merchandise or new media. Always, yeah, even in the EU times. But if you ask me, I think I think the EU didn't overutilize him as much as this is Star Wars is doing. This is Star Wars is just going bonkers with him. Like they really are.
Vader Immortal, Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Though I will say those appearances from him are very good. 3 series worth of Marvel comics in the current canon.
Don't forget also the Star Wars Plus 15 comic issues as well, which is 7 OT trio, and also let's not forget Rebels and which Kenobi, which I argue he should not have even been there to begin with. Also, which other one? There has to be more. There's no way in hell that he hasn't shown up anymore. Was he Bad Batch?
No, but I feel like Bad Batch is kind of hinting towards him showing up.
Oh, if that's the case, aren't you going to get sick of seeing him, Luke? Even though he's your favorite character because he's Anakin Skywalker, yeah, in the black suit, but still.
Well, if Vader has or will show up in Bad Batch, there's a bit more of an excuse for that because Bad Batch features Rex. So, Lords of the Sith, one of the very first new canon books.
Of course. Like, Darth Vader has been overutilized. What other stuff has he shown up? With? Was he in Tales of the Jedi? No, I don't think so.
No,
I think that was set in the Clone Wars.
No, Clone Wars season 7.
He was in season 7.
Yes, he was the center of the very last sequence.
Oh. I mean, I guess because he was tied into episode 3. Do they really need to do that in there?
See, I don't think it necessarily had to be done, but I thought it was nice enough.
Yeah. By the way, Vader is in the freaking Thrawn books, just for you to know.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yep. Because, of course, we needed that. And
Tarkin, one of the other very early new canon books.
Of course, yeah. The amount of fucking Darth Vader comics, Lords of the Sith. He was mentioned in New Dawn. He, of course, isn't it the Kenobi show? Because, yeah, we really needed him there.
Well, okay. Well, to be fair, given what that show was selling to us, yes, we did. But they did a piss poor job of actually using both him and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, indeed. And then Survivor. He was in the Lost Stars book, by the way. Because we needed him for that one, which also is supposed to tie into The Force Awakens. He was in Rebels, Starfire Missions, Galaxy of Adventures. He appeared in Age of Rebellion, the comics, because of course. Target Darth Vader, Secrets of the Empire. Yes, they actually have something called Secrets of the Empire. It's some sort of a virtual reality experience. Riveting. Star Wars Adventures. Vader Dark Visions. Another comic. Another one. And then look, we forgot. He appeared in your favorite Disney Star Wars movie, Rogue One. We forgot about that entirely.
And he is literally the only good thing in that piece of shit. I'm gonna put it out there now. Rogue One is the most overrated Star Wars movie. Change my mind.
I'm pretty sure a good chunk of people would try to do that.
Oh, of course. And I'll happily take them all on. Because people who say that film is the best thing since Empire Strikes Back, I'm sorry, I don't see it. But anyway, that's a whole other can of worms.
It could be the best thing since episode 3, but oh well. Yeah, and of course he appeared in A New Hope. He appeared in Battlefront EA and 2 EA.
But of course he was going to, so I'll let them off.
Yeah, indeed. From a certain point of view, of course. He was mentioned here, the J. His Star Wars Annual 2015. He was of course, he was in Dr. Aphra, an audiobook original. And plenty of more Darth Vader goddamn comics. He was in the Dr. Aphra comics. Because, yeah, sure. He was in Star Wars Forces of Destiny Leia, Battlefront Twilight Company.
Oh, yes, the novel which accompanied the 2015 game.
Yep, indeed. Then more Galaxy of Adventures, more from a certain point of view, Empire Strikes Back. And then he had another fucking Darth Vader comic series. And also
from which year?
2020.
Oh, was that the third one? Is that the third?
It's the third one, as if we didn't have enough of him.
Ugh.
Yeah, he also was in the flashbacks of Bounty Hunters, and he has an indirect mention. No, he appears in World Bounty Hunters, because, of course, he appears in the Bounty Hunters comics. He appears in Crimson Reign 5. He appears in the Hidden Empire. I believe that's also more comics. Yes, more comics.
Just remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Squadrons.
Of course. Seriously, how much has Darth Vader been overused? And now he's showing up in Tales of the Empire. Yes, it's set in the same era, but seriously, he's being so...
I mean...
You know what's funny? We see more Darth Vader than we see fucking Palpatine. Like...
Oh, yeah, that's funny that you say that, actually, because the most recent Palpatine appearances, to my knowledge at least, are those in Bad Batch, season 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the last time a big budget Star Wars media brought him in is
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Look, are you reading my mind? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You wouldn't happen to be talking about the rise of would you?
Yes, Dark Empire, the shitty version. Yes, I'm taking that one from King. Yeah, indeed. Yes, I was talking about that. Yeah. See, we should be getting more Palpatine. We should be getting more of him. Also explaining his interest in being resurrected, to at least try to explain that nonsense that is the Rise of Skywalker. But no, we don't even get that.
Yep. And on a side note, people, if you watch this and you're in the camp that give Dark Empire shit, at least Dark Empire actually the explanation as to how Palpatine came back, unlike Rise of Skywalker, which is relying on God knows how much external media to do it.
It relies on novelization, a Darth Vader comic, and a Kylo Ren comic. Yeah, it relies on 3 different things. And
now Bad Batch. And now Bad Batch, because they've teased Project Necromancer in...
Of course, yeah. You know what's funny? You know what's funny of Tales of the Empire is outside of Barry Sophie, what else is it gonna answer? Like what
else? As you quite often say, General, fuck all.
I know it's giving us the origin of the Morgan and Elspeth, the one from Mandalorian, but that origin could have been done somewhere else. It doesn't need to be in a TV show, and it certainly doesn't have to retcon the Battle of Dathomir. Leaving that out the way. So
it's just first TCW wrecks the ever-living shit out of the Clone Wars multimedia project.
Still not a fan of that. Still not a fan of TCW doing that.
Then you've got the main line, or rather the easily accessible new canon projects, retconning a shit ton of comics and novels. So like the movies and shows, retconning a bunch of stuff from those, and now we've got TCW tie-in media literally tampering with TCW itself. What the fuck?
As if the EU getting wrecked wasn't bad enough, now TCW itself is getting wrecked in Disney Star Wars, which is ironic because TCW is supposed to be the backbone of it and the template that a lot of shows were established in. But nah, fuck it, we can override it.
Like, at this point, and granted, it never should have happened, General. Before you confront me on this, TCW overwriting so much of the Clone Wars multimedia project and destroying connections with other EU sources should have never happened. But at this stage, the inconsistencies within the new canon make the destruction that TCW caused in the EU look tame by comparison.
Oh, it looked tame ever since the sequel trilogy was completed. It looked tame since then. Now it's even worse. So, yeah, I mean, Disney Star Wars has just been in a complete shit show in terms of continuity. And yes, we have 3 videos pretty much detailing that. Though at this point, we're probably gonna have to do a part 3 because now we're adding more shit into it. Oh my! Imagine doing a part 3 of Disney Star Wars plot holes / contradictions. Now we have to add Mando Season 3, Bad Batch, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Jedi. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. We'll wait maybe one more year before we decide to even do a part 3 on that video. So yeah, we'll wait a bit more for that because we still need to see Tales of the Empire. We need to see Acolyte. We need to. What other projects are coming in line? Look.
Oh wait, isn't there some sort of Mandalorian movie supposedly in the works?
Yeah. Forgot about that entirely. Yes, we're getting a freaking Mandalorian. Yeah.
And aren't they still working on that trilogy of films, which is supposedly going to feature Rey front and center?
Oh god, I don't even think that's ever going to release. If you ask me.
I mean, at this stage, the only remotely exciting thing we have to look forward to is Outlaws, the forthcoming game from Ubisoft.
That's assuming Ubisoft is still kicking, because right now they've been hemorrhaging on money and sales. I mean, just look at their latest game, Skull and Bones. Hey, pirate life the boring way.
And did you see the video I sent you, General, in DMs?
Regarding what?
The KOTOR remake.
Yes, the KOTOR remake. Yeah, we'll see when that comes out. Hell, we even need to see if it's going to be part of the EU or part of Disney Star Wars, because originally weren't they going to like put Disney Star Wars elements into it? I believe that was before they kicked out the rider and also went from Aspire to Saber.
But it's only been as of the last couple of days that there's been any form of proper confirmation that apparently the KOTOR remake is still being developed.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot that we also need to get that freaking Rangers of the New Republic show that was supposed to star Gina Carano. Oops. Well, that certainly is never coming out, I think. Or it's gonna get some massive freaking reworking. So there's that. And oh god, we're supposed to also get do you remember do you by any casualty remember of a certain animated film that's supposed to come out?
Starring who?
Oh, starring your favorite duo in Star Wars. I mean, yeah, we do love him for real, but
wait, a C3P? Really?
Yeah,
The
did you
C3PO and R2D2 thing. Oh, God.
yeah, did you forget? They're doing a droid story. Yay!
Oh, Force help us, please. Like,
As if we needed any more Galactic Civil War era content.
yeah, there was this cartoon from the EU, which, in my opinion, should have never been made, called Star Wars Droids. We don't need a new canon equivalent, please.
I think they are gonna do it. Oh wait, well, it was announced. It's just that the thing is, it's semi-A in terms of what the hell is even is it even gonna come out? Because there's not been any updates on it since February 9, 2021.
Oof.
Yeah.
3 years without an update.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but we'll see. Rangers of the New Republic, also don't know about that one. The only one that seems to be coming out soon is Acolyte. So we'll have to see how that goes. And God, if we do end up doing a Disney Star Wars plot holes and contradictions video, you know what that means, right?
That Acolyte would have to be considered, or included, rather.
Not only that we'd have to watch several of the shows we have neglected. Well, I've neglected. I know Bad Batch you have actually been watching, but you've not watched Mandalorian. I don't think you've watched Ahsoka, as far as I
Nope.
know. Andor we also would have to watch.
I don't care what people say about supposedly how good it is. It's a tie-in to, in my opinion, the most to the in my opinion worst Star Wars movie ever made. So, and it also means I'd have to actually watch Mando. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Mandalorian, it's getting a 4th season. It should have ended with season 2. Or if it was going to get a 3rd season, it should have just been Din Djarin. We don't need freaking Grogu.
I do not see. I've not even watched Mandalorian, and I'm sick of Grogu. Do you really think that I'm gonna? Do you really think that I'm gonna want to sit through all of a show that I've neglected up to this point just to reach its 4th season and potentially stomach even more Grogu? Well, actually, Grogu was already shoved down our throats more than we would have liked because of this little thing called Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, you're talking about Mandalorian season 2.5?
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, it's and also we got the worst version of Boba Fett ever. So yeah, which that's certainly something for Doan and the Django, the 2 biggest Boba Fett fans that we know right now. So yeah, there's that. It seems like the only good stuff we liked is the stuff that's literally not canon. Lego Star Wars and Star Wars Missions, and also Fallen Order and Survivor. If we don't put those stories with the rest of the Star Wars timeline.
Fallen Order and Survivor are canon projects.
I know, but I try in my mind to not think of the rest of these Star Wars because then it just makes a whole big can of worms. Because I mean, remember, Cal decided to not reveal the New Jedi Order because Luke was going to do it, and then we know how that went. So that's like the only good stuff. But yeah, we're getting an Acolyte, Rangers New Republic, who knows on that, Droid Story, who knows on that. Acolyte is coming out, and season 4 of Mandalorian is coming out. Bad Batch is getting any other season or not yet?
Season 3 will be it.
For real?
Yep, May 1st, 2024 is going to be the end of Bad Batch.
Okay. And after that, what else for Dave Filoni? I guess after this.
Oh, well, after Bad Batch, there's going to be this. It's just... I don't know. I feel like I'm going insane. He can't even keep his own hard fought creation straight, let alone have his creation respect the work of others. It just, ugh.
Yeah, that it well, yeah, Dave Filoni. How much has he really changed? It feels like he's mostly the same guy as from TCW, but now with nobody else to tell him what the hell to do aside from, I guess, Kathleen Kennedy.
Didn't Kathleen Kennedy step down, or is she still in charge? I thought she stepped down now.
I think she's still in charge. I've not heard anything of her being out of charge, and if she's been mentioned as being out of charge, and it's from random certain people online that just want to see her gone. So
I mean,
I believe so.
I mean, she's, as much as I don't like the fact that she completely went against the promise that she made to George when Disney first acquired Star Wars. As much as I don't appreciate her for doing that, I also don't appreciate certain people claiming things that are not true.
Yeah. No,
Wait.
nothing on her having been gone. By the way, she's still
Okay,
pretty much
she's still in
thinking.
charge.
Yeah, though her last credit is being executive producer on the Kenobi show. Yeah, but so far we've not. But so far she's not really been like executive producer or anything. So I'm checking. I'm checking right now on that. But yeah, she probably still leading the charge on Lucasfilm. There's no way in hell she isn't, unless they literally is like yeah. So apparently in 2018, Kennedy's contract, she was supposed to remain president as from Lucasfilm for it was extended for another 3 years, all the way to October 30, 2021. But seeing as she's executive producer in Kenobi, I think they extended it again. So she's still going to be president of Lucasfilm until 2020. Oh wait, we're in 2024. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll have to see if it's still if she's still there. That's going to be interesting. And but yeah, look, that's yeah. She apparently is a producer on Acolyte, Ahsoka, Andor, and Skeleton Crew, and Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, still there. Sorry, those people that were hoping that she would be gone.
Which
So.
and we don't endorse that view anyway. So
I mean, even if we didn't like her, and probably new leadership would be needed in Disney Star Wars. I mean, that's more of an issue with the whole company itself, not just Kathleen Kennedy. So
yeah, the problem is people. I think as far back as TLJ and Solo, I think that was when people wanted Kennedy out, and as she was CEO at that point, wasn't she?
yeah, president.
And
yeah.
President of Lucasfilm, and people wanted Filoni in her place at that time.
Would he be any better?
Well, given the way he treats his own projects, well, as of this stage, never mind the works of others, he probably wouldn't be that much different.
Yeah, see that's why I mean Kennedy's not the only person that needs to be given a slap in the face in terms of managing Disney Star Wars. Plenty others too. Filoni's one of there. Favreau, I don't think he's one that would deal much in continuity. To be honest,
Favreau, wasn't he the voice actor for Pre Vizsla before he took on directing duties for Mandalorian?
I know he was the director for the Iron Man movies, Iron Man 1 and 2. That much I do know, but I also didn't know he did that voice.
He was involved in TCW somehow before getting the Mandalorian job.
Oh yeah, he was previously. You're right.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, so he wouldn't be a voice actor turned project director probably wouldn't have any sort of stake in terms of continuity management.
Yeah, who knows on that? So yeah, and of course the story group is jack shit. All they do is just make new stories. Continuity literally is on the bottom of the priorities. They pretty
And
much admitted it.
wasn't keeping a leash on continuity what the Lucasfilm story group was sold on to us as when it first formed.
I think in some way, but in reality, no. I actually no. I don't think they sold it. It was more of a what people expected, but they did reveal a few times that no, they're more like just doing new story. They're more like just coming up with new story ideas and new stories to tell instead of actually handling continuity. So I think
This
that was
is
more just people having expectations.
the new canon is long past the point of needing a holocron keeper, just saying.
And it's a fucking reboot if it even wants to do any sort of to keep any sort of continuity. It would need that much cleaning. So, yeah. So at this point, just treat Disney Star Wars like if it was fucking Star Trek or I guess Terminator in terms of continuity.
Or Marvel or DC.
In the comics, yeah. Pray to God they don't do a multiverse on Disney Star Wars. Look. That will be a different discussion for another time when we talk about multiverses in Star Wars. So yeah. So look, any final thoughts on Tales of the Empire? God, I can't get tired of saying that
You can't say it with a straight face because of the
because of how unoriginal it is.
Well, first and foremost, stealing. Well, I mean, yes, you've got.
Look, it's even like mocking us at this point. Tales of the Jedi, and then they change it to Tales of the Empire.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, continuing to coast off of the original Tales of the Jedi. I know you've got Tales from the Empire, but I think Tales of the Jedi, as in the original EU stories, are the source of inspiration for the Tales of the Empire title because of the styling, because it's that block logo.
Yeah, it is.
So,
yeah, definitely.
So continuing to steal and warp, in this case warp, the Tales of the Jedi name, yeah, not a fan of that. Barriss and her continued story, which is literally the only thing of value in this whole project. I mean, yay! But in case you can't tell, that's the most conflicted yay I think I've ever given, because we've waited 11 years for it, and they're just doing it now.
Question, look, was it worth it to finally get the Silo Beast question answered in Bad Batch?
I won't say it wasn't worth it, but it didn't. For me, and I say for me personally because Henson feels very differently about this. For me, didn't really mean much of anything.
So it was too late.
To me, and even though Barriss's future is far more pressing than the Zilla Beast subplot, I still feel that same way about this. Why have us wait this long? Yes, TCW got cancelled originally. We know that, but come on, why now? And retconning Elsbeth into a Night Sister who survived the massacre of Dathomir. Give me a break. How can you do this?
What's next? What else are they gonna retcon now? Are they now gonna retcon the? Are they now gonna retcon? I don't know, the Battle of Christopsis or the Battle of Geonosis in TCW, or retconning the Mortis arc, or or Ipil's death in TCW, Maybe. And of course, don't forget also that Ventress apparently survived the Dark Disciple book, so that also got retconned.
Well, oh wait, they actually did. See, because I've not seen this, so I need to know. They actually brought her back in Bad Batch.
Yeah, in the trailer.
What? Yes, I know, but are they actually saying that are they saying that that was post? Are they saying that that's post Dark Disciple?
Dark Disciple, if I recall, took place like almost immediately after TCW season 5, I believe, season 5, season 6. Yeah, this was actually supposed to. Yeah, it's part of the
Because
Clone Wars
when-
Legacy multimedia initiative, based on an 8-part story
Ye-
that was scripted for the Clone Wars television series, comprising of the episodes Little Alliance, Mission, Conspirator, Disciple. Oh, basically, this was going to be like a season 6 or 7.
So yes, and thanks to the old Council Forcecast group, these days known as Finalysis, who did a review of Dark Disciple when it was new. I know what happens to Ventress in that book. She dies. How could they've brought her back? They've actually brought her back.
And by the way, I'm telling you, Dark Disciple does take place before episode 3 because
Yes,
according to the internal flap of the hardcover, according to the Jedi Council, feels has no choice but to take drastic action, targeting the man responsible for so many war atrocities, this Count Dooku himself. So the council makes the bold decision to bring both sides of the Force power to bear, pairing the brash Jedi Knight Quinlan Boss with infamous one-time Sith acolyte Asajj Ventress. You know that in Bad Batch, the Jedi Council is already dead, and that Order 66 was already executed. So, yeah, after Dark Disciple.
Those.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The very thing that I initially feared and then was assured wouldn't happen, they've gone and done. How can you?
How can they bring her back from the dead?
I don't even care what the justification is. The fact that they've done it, I just.
I mean, look, this is part of the course for Disney Star Wars, bringing people back from the dead. Because who gives a shit that they died? They'll always come back. They always will. Or like somebody said, I never died. Psh, poor Sandy. No, he didn't actually say that, but I love that thumbnail we did for. Did I forget to mention that also in Bad Batch we're getting Cad Bane in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Cad Bane died all the way to Mandalorian, so there's no death retconning. But I literally forgot that he was gonna appear in Bad Batch. So,
yeah, he appeared in the first season.
Okay, yeah, bringing the freaking fan service there, of course. So yeah, with how much they really are bringing back so much freaking shit from the dead, yeah, literally from this dead, and yes, Ventress is right there with a yellow lightsaber. Of course. Yeah. She's alive, look. She's alive. And she even talks, and yeah. Yeah. I like how now in Disney Star Wars she not only she was confirmed dead, now she's alive. And in the EU, she banished from the to the unknown regions, never to be seen ever again. But in TCW, she's now a freelance bounty hunter. So how the hell does that work? I like how in both timelines now her final fate is like, nah, who cares? Let's just do whatever we want with it. Yeah. I like that trend, Disney Star Wars. I really like it. Makes it all the more. It justifies all the more my decision of literally not taking you seriously at all and just literally seeing it just for the action and the guns and everything. Because who cares about the story? It's just going to be retcon later on. So I'm just here for the ride. You might as well just make it in the Lego art style. Please, just go ahead and do that, or in the Vision style. Yeah. So that way I can easily just turn off my brain and enjoy, just like done with Visions. So yeah, yeah. So what are you gonna say on that, Luke, before we end this?
It's just, well, finding out what I found out tonight, this is literally just a whole other level of WTF.
More and more, it feels like we really are going to have to be doing that Plot as contradictions video in the future.
So,
yeah, you were saying?
Shall we wrap this up now?
Yeah. So yep, this was General CJG and Luke Warren.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yep. And this was our reaction to Tales of the Empire, as well as discussions on the future of Disney Star Wars. So, yeah. And also rambling a little bit on Bad Batch, Season 3. So, yeah. Anyway, so we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.